Hey guys, how's it going? Now guys, I want you to have a chat with me today because we're going to be talking about bands using AI artwork. I've thrown a grenade already, haven't I, just with that phrase. Now, the reason I wanted to chat about this is because Megadeth, one of the biggest metal bands on the planet, a couple of days ago dropped an announcement video to say that they're kind of retiring, they're going on a final tour next year, and they used a video that was, I don't want to say for definite, but I would say very heavily looked like AI to make this announcement. And it's prompted me to make this video because, let's be real, AI art in music is not new. It's been a topic that's been going on for ages. I did a video about AI music not too long ago. That's in the description box if you're interested. But this is specifically about bands using AI art. And at this moment in time, I just can't get my head around why Megadeth would do something like this. But also I want to give some examples of other bands, other artists that have used AI art, to promote their work. And why I think they're just hypocrites. Bands who do this are just absolutely hypocritical. And I'll share why I feel that later in the video, but I want you guys to get involved. Let me know your thoughts, because I'm just one person chatting to a camera, all right? I know there's a million other perspectives here, and I want to get involved because I want to try and understand maybe the thought processes a little bit better. But first of all, let's just have a look at a few examples, including an image from the Megadeth video that was released. I want to specify though, this isn't just about Megadeth, all right? Megadeth has just prompted this discussion, but let's scope it out. So here we go, guys. This is a still from the Megadeth announcement video that they released to say they're kind of winding things up as a band. And yeah, have a look for yourself, mate. It's insane, absolutely insane. But I will give them credit that the album artwork is created by an artist. So, you know, they've got that. And Megadeth, you know, their art is iconic. People who don't even know who Megadeth are wearing Megadeth outfits. Do you know what I mean? Megadeth t-shirts. But that's why it confuses me why they use AI when art is such a big part of their product as a band. Anyway, let's have a look at some other ones. Here's a famous AI image for a band called Pestilence. This image got so much backlash, the band actually changed the artwork to this image here. And that's great. That's great that people are holding bands to account. They can't just put out this stuff and, you know, reduce creativity to just a few prompts, really. And yeah, they come up with a new image. Here's another popular one. If you're looking for AI metal albums, this is Gravedigger. You know, I'm not talking about the quality of the art here. It's not about that. It's about the fact that this is just generated by an AI, and that's it. Just pump that out there. Why not? And we're talking about metal a lot, but actually this AI artwork is happening across all genres, all musical mediums. Here is Tears for Fears, you know, classic 80s band that in their latest album, they put out this album cover. It got backlash again from sections of the audience that said, look, why are you using AI? And I think they kind of pushed back to say, no, it was AI elements and it was touched up by an artist to make it into the image it is today. But you know, people are kind of calling bands out. Similar to this image here by Julian Casablanca. He is the singer for the band The Strokes, and I think this is another project that he does. Again, his statement was really interesting. It was very kind of like, what are you moaning about? AI is here. It's part of culture now. Relax. It's iPhone. And, you know, it's just very like, get over it kind of thing. And yeah, I'm not kind of feeling that, to be honest with you. But let me know what you think about that response. And this album here, this actually hurts my heart a little bit because this is the album Analysis Paralysis by 4 Year Strong. This was one of my albums of the year last year. I love this album. The songs, absolutely love the tracks, but the album artwork, it's had some AI elements, and that was confirmed by someone in the band in a Ask Me Anything, I think, online. Did it need an AI foundation or edit? I don't know how it was created, to be honest with you, the specifics, but they did acknowledge it uses AI. And it's a shame because the rest of the artwork, the filmography, you know, the music videos, I love the art style. I don't know why they just didn't take a photo of them on one of the video sets, do you know what I mean, rather than a random AI weird dog thing. But you know, here we are. Just a couple of things I found whilst on my little tour of AI online. We've got bands using AI merch. I found an announcement online for Ice 9 Kills merch, and yeah, they were being called out for using an AI image to advertise it, and their response to that was just to troll the public with another AI image. So I think that tells you their kind of feelings on the subject. And we've got bands using AI images in their live shows as well. So these are kind of backdrops. Now ELO, I love ELO, if Electric Light Orchestra, old school band, but some absolute classics. They got a bit of backlash for their final tour using AI images on stage. And another big band in the metal world, Bring Me the Horizon, were called out for using AI images. Again, does it need to be random AI stuff? How creative is it? I don't know. I'm not at the show, so I can't comment, but let me know your thoughts, guys. Big bands are using it. How do you feel about it? Okay, so there's some examples of musicians using AI art to use as album artwork, promotional material, merch, backdrops for live stages. It's just going on and on. The frustrating thing for me is that a band like Megadeth, not only will they have the funds to be able to afford an artist to make something awesome to announce their final tour announcement, think of the connections they must have made over the years. It's just mad. Think of the reach they've got just to go on Instagram and be like, yo, we want to make a video to announce our final tour, who's up for it? do you know what I mean? It's just like, I can't get my head around it. It's interesting looking at, like I said, I think I mentioned in the comments that people are saying, oh, get over it, it's just music, appreciate the band for what it is. And I can kind of see why some people will think that, because everyday person on the street doesn't necessarily care who made that album artwork, or if the band paid for it, if they love the music. I get that. But that's why people who do get it, so people in the industry, and when I say in the industry, that's from bottom up. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll give you an example. When I was in a band a few years ago, about as underground as you can get, we needed some artwork for an EP or promotional stuff as well. And we reached out to the connections we made just in a local area, and within a couple of weeks of asking for, look, who's up for it? We'll give you, who's up for a photo shoot? We'll pay your travel, blah, 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 blah. We got tons of interest of people who were passionate and wanted to share their art or learn their art that we thought were quite good, and got them on board and created some really cool stuff. That's literally at the bottom rung of the music scene. Think of the level bands like Megadeth, Tears for Fears, Bring Me the Horizon. Think of where they're at and the connections they have. You're telling me they need to use AI to create art? There's literally no excuse. Like, is there? There's no excuse. What's their reason other than laziness, not wanting to pay someone? Maybe get their specific ideas out instantly if they haven't got the artistic ability. Maybe. I'm scraping the barrel for reasons in my mind right now. But what is their excuse? And that's why it's important for people to say, no, that's not good enough, because let's flip it. Let's imagine, I'll give you an example. This is one of my favourite album covers, all right? This is by an artist called Richie Beckett. He's well known within the metal scene. Let's imagine I love this album cover, by the way. And when I listen to this album cover pops into my mind. I think that's another important point, that album artwork is not just album artwork, it's synonymous with the record. Think of some of your favourite records and what comes to mind when you think of them. Think of, when I say that, the word Nevermind, what pops into your head? You might hear the song Teen Spirit, but you'll think of that album cover, won't you? And you'll have your own examples, other albums that you'll resonate with. Oh yeah, when you think of a song, that record cover comes to mind. Let's imagine Richie Beckett, right? He's gonna create a visual art piece, a moving visual art piece with his hand-drawn work, and he really wants to use Tears for Fears music. But he doesn't want to pay Tears for Fears. He can just use an app. And he can get 1 million songs that sound a bit like Tears for Fears. Are Tears for Fears going to be happy with that? Maybe they will, maybe they don't care, maybe they've made their money and literally don't care. What precedent does that set for the people that are coming up? It's really short-sighted, I think, for bands that, like, was it Julian Casablanca said, like, get over it or something? He said something as a response to his AI art that he used for his album. And it's like, mate, no, like, you forget where you come from, man. Or maybe they just can't be asked to find an artist and the cost of reprinting and changing the branding. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. There could be a million reasons. I could also just be getting completely the wrong end of the stick here, because like I said, I'm just a bloke chatting with my thoughts, and that's why I want you to share your thoughts, guys. How do you feel about AI art, musicians using AI artwork to promote their stuff? You know, these aren't people like up the road playing your local open mic night that scraping the barrel just to get by and wants to put an EP out using AI art. These are well-established bands, artists that could put out a few words online. I need a record cover, I need a photographer, and I bet you there's a massive chunk of that fan base that would do it for nothing, just for the opportunity to do it. But they can't even do that. It's like, come on, man. I'm not even going into the quality of the art. It's not even about the quality of the art, because art is subjective. You know, I showed you that album cover. Some of you might think that's a load of rubbish. That's the point of art, isn't it? We relate to it in different ways. It's about how artists, musicians, photographers, venues all work together to create an artistic community, and that's what helps scenes thrive, is everyone working together. And that's why I said, look, these bands are hypocrites. Like, you can't complain about people just making copies of your music using AI if you're doing the same to another medium. Do you know, I can't get my head around it. Let me know, guys, what's your thoughts? Do you care? Do you think there's a happy medium? Can AI coexist alongside art? I think there's got to be something, because it's here, it's being used. It's important to hold the bands to account. If you know they've got the ability to support the arts, why aren't they? Because ultimately, I think if all the creatives work together in a local scene, it can be absolutely awesome. Using AI to replace one of those mediums, completely replace it, could destroy local scenes, really, and people's opportunities and creativity and outlets, and that would be really sad. There's enough crap going on in the world, guys. Let's at least support good artists. Anyway, guys, massive thanks for watching. I hope this video made some kind of sense. Please let me know your thoughts, because I'm genuinely interested to hear what you have to say on this one. It's such a massive subject, isn't it? Such a broad spectrum. And let me know if you think these bands are hypocrites. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.